Stephanie Milky here, aka Keto Mom, or often called mom, sis, Steffi, daughter, wife, aunt, and friend. Just like many of you, I carry a lot of titles. My favorite title is mom. I should probably say wife, which takes a lot of my time. But let's be honest, if you want to do something and do it well, you will make the time for it. Commitment is hard because we find ourselves overcommitted, but when you practice prioritizing, you will find out what is actually important and what you can let go. With the Keto Mom podcast, you will learn together how to manage our time, commit to the most important things in life, and I will equip you with the tools you need to feel qualified each step of the way. My name is Stephanie Milky, and welcome to the Keto Mom Secrets podcast. Good morning. Welcome to the Keto Mom page. My name is Stephanie, and we are diving into chapter 4 of our Dream It, Pin It, Live It. So as you're tuning in, why don't you tell me this? I made a post yesterday and I asked the same thing, but are you ready for Thanksgiving? Meaning, do you have to go to the grocery store? I had quite a few people that said, I still have to go today. So I said, you are the brave ones that are going to the store today. Who is excited for Thanksgiving if you're in the United States? I'm super excited. We are hosting. I think we have 24 people coming over. It's going to be super fun. But for this morning, before we dive in and clean our home, my girls are like, what are we doing today? So if you do not know and you're brand new, post new below. But I am a mom. I have an incredible husband. We have 4 daughters. We homeschool, and they just said, what are we doing today? And I said, we're cleaning the house and getting ready for our party, which we're super excited about. So before then, we are going to just simply talk about the next chapter. If you don't know, if you haven't been on these lives, if you're brand new, I like to do a mindset live or go through a book or just help you understand the power of your mind and your words as you dive into your day. That's what the morning is about. There are tons of recipes, tons of how to get started. Anything that has to do with keto and low carb, you can go to ketomomsecrets.com. You can click on recipes. You can scroll through this page for 7 years, or you can send me a message and I will help you. So we do have some fun Black Friday stuff going on as well. So I'll share with that later this afternoon, but there's just a lot of fun things coming. So I love this time of season. I love seeing family. I love hosting. I love making food. It's going to be fun. Are you ready? So if you have been going through this book, or even if you haven't, I'll give you the basic overview of what we've been talking about. We're talking about dreaming, having a vision board, starting out right now and just believing for, creating, dreaming. What do you want for next year? Not just letting your day run you or your month own you or other people direct your life, but actually digging in and going, what do I actually want? What are some things that maybe years ago I wanted to achieve, something that's on my heart? So that's what we're talking about. This is going to help you start dreaming again, get things written down, believing that you can do it. We're going to create vision boards together. There's lots of things that we're going to do so that you're not waiting until January. We're going to start right now. So we already, if you have been doing the activities, we already have been making a list. At first, I had you make a list of 101 things just to get you brainstorming. So we talked about making a list of anything that if you could have or go or do or be, anything. Like money wasn't an option, time wasn't an option, like anything that you could possibly think or dream about, you would write down, okay? After you started brainstorming, yesterday or the day before, I said I want you to circle 10 things that you could focus on for next year. 10 things. We talked about SMART goals. We talked about getting specific. I gave an example of, well, I want to lose 150 pounds by March. Well, that's not smart or realistic, a SMART goal. It's not specific. It's not measurable. Well, it's specific, but achievable. But if you said something like, I want to lose 50 pounds by June 1st, right? You are specific. We can measure it. We've got a date written down. It's got time set, like all of those things. So I did all of those lives. Whether you have the book or you don't, you can go watch the lives over this last week. And so what we are doing is you still can brainstorm. You can figure out what are possibly 10 things, and 10 things is a lot. Some of you could do a little bit more. Some of you might only do 5 things. Some of you might only do 3. But the point is, we're going to get your vision, and we're going to get it in front of you. actually a visual on a board. So what I really wanted this book to do is I wanted this book to last us all November and December, but it actually won't. We'll be done this month with this book. And then we're just going to keep talking about it because I do think it's super important. So chapter 4, after you have brainstormed, if you haven't done that, keep brainstorming. You don't have to move along with how I'm doing the book. You can keep going at your own pace. After you've brainstormed for a long time, after you've circled maybe 10 things, after you set some specific, and once you circle your 10 things, it might take a little while to go, okay, how can I achieve this? Okay, if I want to lose 50 pounds, what is my date that I'm going to set? What is the specific date? Or if I want to write a book, how often do I have to write each day? What is my timeline to be done? Or if you want to go to the gym, right? Not just I'm going to go to the gym starting next year. I'm going to go to the gym every single day or 5 days a week or these specific days at this specific time. Write it down because it's like making a date with yourself. And when you have an end date or a specific, because what they do is they say, hey, I want you to, after you have those 10 things, she says, and she challenges you to write those 10 things for 30 days in a row. You get up in the morning, it's like journaling, and you write those 10 things out. Why? Because in the morning, when you review your vision, when you review your goals, when you have them in front of you, you're going to choose better. You're going to make better decisions. You're going to find yourself making less excuses because you wrote them out and you're like, oh my goodness, in your mind, you get what you look for. And if you set your day up for success and you write these out, you're going to go, oh, I said I was going to go to the gym every day. I already wrote it out. Or I said I was going to pack my lunch every day. I already wrote it out. Or I said I was going to, or I am going to, whatever the case may be. So here's what chapter 4 is all about. Once you have done that and you have, more specifics, the next step is we're going to design a board. You're going to actually print out pictures. Years ago, we've done this for years as a family, at least 10 years, if not longer. We would get magazines, right? And we would go find magazines and maybe cut out homes or a car or things that we wanted, and we put those on there. Now, our girls actually, one of our girls, maybe two of them, one of them just redid their vision board. And we just we find pictures on social media or the internet or our own pictures, and then we print them out at Walgreens and we go get the pictures and we glue them on a board. Super simple. But what she's going to do is walk you through why you're going to do that. So she talks about how designing your vision board it's not supposed to be work. It's actually supposed to be fun. This is a fun activity that you can take your time. You don't have to rush. You can do it with your spouse. You can do it with your kids. You can do it with anybody. I would encourage people in your life to go, hey, I'm creating a vision board. You should do one as well. So she said this. It's interesting. I read this and I was like, man, this is so true. We are taught to frame our past by displaying photographs of what we've previously done and accomplished. But the opposite is true of a vision board. You are literally framing your future before it even happens. So I was like, man, we do that. We put up trophies or pictures of the past, which is great, but how many people print out pictures of things they're working towards in the future? That's what a vision board is. So your next year, let's just say that it's this time in 1 year from now. And in the book, she said, a man said to her, this was the best year I've ever had. Think about what would have to happen in this next year for you to say that. Things you want to accomplish, the dreams you have, places you want to go, anything. And you're going to start putting a picture to it. She says, designing a vision board is one of the most valuable things you will ever do to see a realization of your dreams right before your eyes. Your vision board is a collage of images and symbols. So there's no right or wrong way it's just creating. You can simply just put pictures, tape them up and be done. You can write the dates by them. Our girls love to use colorful markers and make it look as pretty and glamorous as you want it to. Most people think in pictures or images anyway. She goes, they don't think in words. When you think about a car that you desire, you don't think C-A-R. You don't think car. You think of the kind of car that you want. You have a picture in your mind. That is the picture you're going to print out to put on your vision board. She says, be creative and enjoy searching for the images. It is really fun. I actually showed stories. So I actually put stories on my Instagram and Facebook. I think it was last week, of our girls' vision boards and how they look. And I can redo that so you can have some good visuals, and I'll show mine as well. Right now, mine is more written on my mirror in my bathroom. So I have a whole bunch of words written out and goals I want to achieve. I wrote it with a whiteboard marker on my mirror. I'm redoing all of this because I have so many new goals for this next year. So she says it can include pictures of anything that you want, something that you want to, and it could be like a vacation or a luxury car or a new home or maybe getting healthy. What does that mean to you? Or a happy marriage or more children, like whatever it is, put a picture to those words. Let's find the picture, print it out, and you're going to put it on a board. So in this book, she gives you examples of, she said, take your top 10. One of them for her was save $5,000 by December 31st. One was a vacation in the Bahamas, purchasing a new dining room furniture, pay off car. So she got her 10 things, found pictures that represented it, put them on there. She also talks about this, your SMART goals. So make sure that it's good to have things you can accomplish in a year, right? So she will challenge you. Put 1 or 2 things on the board that are huge, like pay off my mortgage, or things that might not be accomplished in a year, but you're going to look at it and work harder. Maybe it's climb Mount Everest, run a marathon. That to me is like maybe when I'm 50. I'll never do that. Never say never, but I actually never have an ambition to do that. So whatever it is for you, something you can put 1 or 2 things, but you really want your pictures and your goals to fall within a year. She said at least a year to 18 months at the longest, so that as you achieve them, it gives you confidence and you work towards the other goals because you've got some that you've checked off. Does this make sense? So as you're going through the book, I will come on here. I'm not going to do it tomorrow, but we're just going to focus on making our list, brainstorming, narrowing it down to 10 things, getting specific, and then you'll start creating. She gives ideas she goes, you can do special occasion boards, you can do theme boards, you can do family vision boards. She's like, there's people that, she said she had one girl that, wanted to go to a specific college. So she had one vision board all related to that college she wanted to go to. She created it when she was 16. And I thought she said that, whatever. And it was just a vision board she hung in her room so that she believed she would get into that college. It could be lots of different things. So it could be, you guys could make a health and fitness, a specific board to your health. And all it has on it is how much you're going to work out, how much water you're going to drink, maybe being mindful, the weight that you want to lose specifically by when, maybe some action steps. If you wanted to do that, 100% that would be great. So the vision boards are going to be fun. I will give you some more ideas and re-show you my kids' vision boards, and I can show you my bathroom mirror. It's just, I'm like, I should probably clean my bathroom. So action step really is, she said, to schedule a time to commit to your vision board. We're going to work into that because I'm going to guess a lot of people still have to make a list and narrow it down to the maximum of 10 things. So that's where I'm going to leave you. I'm going to go clean my house because it's Thanksgiving tomorrow. So if you have been watching the Keto Mom page, so I hope that's helpful. I actually really hope that I get to see some of your vision boards. I'll share mine when it's done as well. And we'll continue to work on that. I've been sharing a lot of recipes. So if you still have to go to the grocery store, you're still searching for another side dish or something else to make or bring to Thanksgiving, scroll through the page for the last couple of days, and there's tons of recipes. You can go to ketomomsecrets.com, click on recipes. You can send me a message, ask questions, and I really hope for those of you in the United States, because I know other people are from Canada and out of the country, and I know you guys have your own days. Canada already celebrated theirs, but I hope that you really enjoy your family. And maybe it's not always the easiest to be around family, but I hope that you bring joy into that house. You be the one that smiles. You be the one that is an encourager. You be the one that you're like, you know what? I'm going to zip my lips. I've got 2 ears, and I'm going to only say things that are positive. That should be your goal for tomorrow, is to encourage people, to love on them, to be kind. Because I hope that if there's one thing that you've learned here on this Keto Mom page, it's the power of, I hope that you understand the power of self-development, but in that, it should have and should be growing your character to be a person that has a high EQ. If you've heard me talk about that, a person that can respond versus react, a person that can be adaptable, a person that understands the power of your words. I would feel like I'm failing if you don't know how much power that you physically have, the presence that you bring into the room. And if you've listened to all of this and you've been on the lives for a while and you have the awareness of having an awareness of being around people and the things that you think and the words that you speak, and you don't do it, that's just like what I talked about yesterday. I talked about knowledge may be some type of power, but it's really not. It's applied knowledge is power. So I pray that you have an incredible Thanksgiving, that you bring joy to other people's lives, and then I hope you have a great day too. So continue to tune into the page. Have a wonderful morning. We do have Black Friday fun going on with ketones. So if you have not checked that out, today's the last day for that sale. And there's so much more coming for Black Friday. So it'll be exciting. Watch my stories, reach out with questions. Have a good morning, and we'll talk to you soon.